Hey Taurus, happy Lunar New Year. I am recording this on New Year's Day, so it makes sense to say Happy New Year and many blessings to you this year. So guys, this is a reading for the 1st of February till the 9th. I'm doing the extended days because I am starting to record now for the year. From this point on, it will be weekly, so be sure to follow and subscribe in order to keep up to date with your readings. So I have already laid the cards out. I'm ready to jump straight in. I'm using the Moon Goddess deck and also Moonology. It makes sense to me because we are in a new moon and a new lunar cycle. So, jumping straight in, we have beginnings, new moon. That being the first card, Taurus, that is amazing. This is totally our time. So this is saying we're coming into new beginnings. Now the energy of this year is very much starting things, it's taking action. It's not sitting back and seeing how things go like we may have done last year or maybe even the year before and the year before that. It's doing, it's jumping in, it's new beginnings, fresh starts, and the energy in the air is giving us all that. I know things are looking daunting in certain areas of the world right now, but we have to realize, that life's going to keep going on, things are going to happen, and it kicks us in the right directions that we need to go. Even if it seems to be a big fork in the road and we don't know which direction, it's about facing our fears and going with kind of what feels right to you. I am seeing that it is green, it is prosperous, it's abundant, so focus on what's important and not focus on things that you can't change right now in this moment, because I feel as though when we are all doing this and we're all in alignment with the energy of the earth, that's when things go the way that we need it to go. When we all freak out and do whatever maybe powers of be want us to do, then you are not going in your natural energy and you are not going the place you need to go. And again, that just goes against everything that you are as a being. So again, new beginnings, fresh starts, and taking action. Again, block out the noise. You're doing you. Yeah, okay, so the next one is discernment. So I've already touched on this card and what it's saying. Don't get distracted here. I do feel like there are so many things that we could be distracted with, and I feel like we've been distracted for a very long time. And I felt that was needed, that was necessary, because we needed to break down into a more natural state. So I'm seeing a lot of shaping your world with this card. I'm just going to have a sip of a drink. I'm not used to talking so much now. So I'm saying shaping your world. And this to me is again working with your own energy of really going within. Now, there definitely are outside influences that can help you with the direction you want to go. But again, it has to just be in alignment. And I feel like I've been saying this for a long time. I know I've stopped doing readings for a while and I'm jumping back into it this year. But even when I last did the readings, I can already tell I've been telling you to, do what's best for you in your interest. And this is very much directed with life path at the moment. This reading is giving me, we need to be getting our legacy on board, getting started, or continuing again in the right direction. And I do want you not to be distracted by fears and anything that's prevented you from making a movement. I'm getting kind of, I want to tell you that if you have been and done this before and it failed, that does not mean that that's not what you're not meant to do this. It just meant that wasn't the right time. You are a completely different formula, potentially, from when you last did whatever you want to do now. For example, me doing this readings, I could easily be like, you know what, I felt like it wasn't going anywhere, but I didn't have the time and energy. My children were all, I had my youngest at home with me. It made it very difficult to record, so I couldn't do weekly readings, and the monthly ones, it was just working around having, a young child at home, which was hard for me. So the formula I'm working with now is he's just started school. I can jump straight into it and try and really put my effort into this right now, right? And that's the energy I feel like for you guys, Taurus. I mean, I'm a Taurus as well, so it makes sense we're in the same energy of, you are a different formula, circumstances are different now. And again, you learned so much. So perhaps there was stuff that you could have done differently that you felt that you just didn't, and now is the time to do that. So failure doesn't mean that that's not for you. It just means that, again, potentially there's things there you can twist to make it your own right now. And that makes sense. With the next card is wisdom. There is definitely wisdom that you bring with you now that you've learned. Now she is standing on a stack of books, again on a boat as well. So this is a journey, and this is a journey that you've been taking for some time, Taurus. To me, this is saying that you have learnt so much in that time. Even if you felt you did nothing, that it was not a productive period, that's exactly it. Resting is productive. It's like when we're working out is great, but if you keep working out, like working 2 or 3 hours a day, not having rest days, not giving yourself the respite, the muscles, not taking care of your muscles, not taking the right supplements, doing other things that again are going to rest you and make you recover, then how is that productive? Just because you're go. We're told in society that it is productive to really be working constantly, but it's not. Rest time is good. So again, your body and your mind and your soul probably needed that time to fix the muscles, fix the spiritual muscles, fix the mental muscles, all of that, to be in a space now to move forward. And this is all wisdom. So don't feel like you not being productive has been you not learning anything, because you probably have learned a whole lot. If you are like me, neurodivergent, introverted, taking time out is actually very, very productive thing to do. Taking myself away from like other people's energy and just the mental exhaustion that comes with being around a lot of people, doing a lot of things. I spent a lot of time really not having friendships and things because it was just too much for me to do that and handle my other business, other things in my life as well, right? Handle business. It makes it more difficult. So I have to go into a hermit mode to learn and grow as a person, as an individual. And this is what this is giving me for you guys. I would say that you're only on the surface of where you're going to be. That's what this is giving me. And actually, every time I'm giving you all the insight before I get to the next card, because the next card is fruition. It is in reverse, and this is what you need to realize is like where you're heading has so much potential, so much growth, and a legacy is there for you to start to build right now. Again, you are at the foundations. You're building the foundations. I do feel that we're at that point where you have strong foundations now. And this is where you're growing from it. I'm going to turn that card around so I can see it more clearly. Yeah, you have everything in your head, in your mind, in your mind's eye that you need. And it's like you are going from, I'm going to show you the moons. You see how this moon is partial? This moon is full. And this is it. This is where you're heading. Like you are already, and it is waxing, it's waning, sorry. So it's kind of like, I feel like you went so far, and it was like you could now have the full potential to make a full circle, to complete. So I do feel like there is wisdom in something you've done before and bringing it back to life now that I feel is very profitable. And I think it's because, Taurus, we have been pushed energetically wise to already start doing what is going to be what we want from life. So maybe, for example, if you wanted to start a family, maybe you got so far, maybe you have children, but again, the marriage broke down or the relationship broke down, that if that is your aspiration at this time, you want to build a family unit, that can come into fruition. Just because it didn't work that time doesn't mean that you can stay in that trauma and it won't work again. You will get to what you desire. You can have that, and you will have that. And that is exactly what I'm getting from this. You have learned so much, and that means now when you do go on to the next phase, you can complete and go full circle and get all that you want. And I do feel like there is just so much good, so much positivity coming through this, as though it's like you have been waiting so long for this, that this is the time to get it, to go for it. So again, do not allow things that have prevented you in the past to deter you right now. So the next one we have is power, full moon. Again, this is your time. That's what this is telling me. This is your time. The energy is working in your favor and you hold the power. She is giving me high priestess vibes. If you look at her, she is giving all of this. You have the ability to manifest exactly what you desire. The energy is working in our favor. Definitely reach for the stars as well. You have to trust in yourself. And again, know that you are everything that you need to be to have what you want. So again, it's very much, you have all that you need. You have the tools. You are in this space now. And I feel like you feel it. You're feeling powerful. You know that what I'm saying is true. You know that, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I do want this. Yes, I know what's prevented me from having it before. So you have all the know, right? So it's putting it into action and into play right now. You definitely have everything that you need. Every time I look at this, it's like you have it. You can go get it. Just do it, right? Next we have peace. This is in reverse. So again, really wants you to emphasize that this is something that you need to be aware of. So to me, it's giving that finding a peace is an end goal. It's allowing yourself to let go of the anxieties and things again that have made you feel heavy. She feels very light. I do think that it's finding your peace in this beginning as being new beginnings. I don't feel that in the past maybe you've been able to have that, and now it's like you're coming into a balance where you're feeling more at ease, and can see that this is exactly what you want, is to be able to have what the goals and the dreams that you want, but be in a place of peace. I feel like this is saying to prioritize that, to aim to not make things difficult. Again, you're just taking action. You're not overthinking things right now. You're not worrying. Relax, ease into this. Everything is going to go how it's going to go, is how I want to say. And I don't fully believe that that's how things always work out, but that's the vibe and the energy that we're with right now. It's like things are going just fine. They're going where they need to be, and things have gone the way that they had to be to get you into this energy now. Remember your formula. This is what was needed. All them hard times, the difficult things you've been through, the ups and the downs, that's made the formula of who you are today. And this is saying now is a time of peace. Now is a time to relax into that. And I do get this sense of empowerment in knowing who you are is really essential to your inner peace and your outer peace. Because once you know who you are, you know what you will and will not tolerate, and what you are willing to put up with in the past, you need to not be willing to put up with that now. Because again, you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you need to do. It's now taking action and doing just that with peace in mind. It's not being aggressive. We're not being the ball because we're not being prodded, because we're not tolerating the prodding. So once that kind of looks like it's happening, we're just going to move on with our peace. That's what I'm feeling here. And underneath the fruition card, I know they're slightly to the side because I do have this raised, my microphone raised, but right underneath it, we have abundance, Hunter Moon. So again, we have fruition, abundance, and if I was to go all the way down, it's like we have got all that we will get all that we need. The harvest is coming in. We are going towards our abundance. We're heading that way. And again, this goes, you've got the power. Relax into it because it's coming for you. But then we have like release. It's time to release negative. So it really is saying it's time to just let go of things to flow into our zone, our time. And, you know, the abundance is there. I would say hold, not your weaknesses, but things that you may perceive as weaknesses close to your chest. This is not a time for you to be showing your insecurities. But I do feel like it's holding it close to yourself to understand that they do make you who you are. And this is what I'm talking about coming into your own as well. Once we acknowledge who we are and why we are the way we are, a good way of seeing this is being part of the LGBTQ community, being neurodivergent. These are great strengths. These shape who you are as a person. They are your character, your personality. They are who you are. A lot of people will say, oh, you're just making it your personality. It is your freaking personality, right? It's who you are. And to embrace that, hold it close to you in a sense of honor. And don't be ashamed. Again, the way the world is at the moment, it's looking scary again. But it's not. We don't go backwards. We go forwards. Right? And as long as, again, we unify together in ourselves, own who we are, you do not need to be... Now, I am all for shouting loud and proud. I want that. I need that. But we all know that sometimes we have to protecting our peace, in order to essentially move forward with who we are in our life in this current time. So I'm not saying, hey, don't shine bright, because we need that right now. We need lots of people shining bright. This is just holding it close to your chest and knowing that, again, it is a strength, but you don't need to be shoving it in the wrong people's faces to make a point at this time. I don't feel like that is protecting your peace, right? And it's again a distraction. It is distracting you from your purpose and your place. So keep that in mind. But again, it's an abundant time. So to me, this is a very positive thing to do for yourself during this time. I think it's because the way that I see the world, it's like people are trying to make you focus on that, trying to make that be something that, again, is the forefront of anything else, because it is distracting, right? It potentially distracts you from really being proactive in your life, because again, you're not being proactive in your life. It's again, maybe you are trying to be proactive in a point that's not being made, right? We're all just talking and we're all just making noise. Make a point by being who you are, being proud of who you are, and putting that place, putting that marker in this damn world, because that's what you need to do, and that's where we need to be, because we are focusing on our legacy, and again, using everything that we have with who we are to move forward in building that. Because again, you're at the foundations, you built those foundations, you're now starting to build the empire. Nourishment. So this, again, with nourishment, this is saying eat well, maybe check in to ensure that you are doing what's best for you. Again, this is very much a time of new beginnings. We're in the new year, right? So it's all about eating well, working out, but making it a lifestyle and not just something that we do. And I have felt that even though this is a natural cycle that does happen, this is more massively impacting the individual, of people wanting to do better and be better for ourselves, and understanding that it's a limitation when we're not doing well for ourselves, when we are eating bad, when we are gaining weight. It's actually hinders where we want to be and what we want to do. It's not even necessarily about society as a whole. It's individually being healthy, being strong. That's what we all want, right? And so this is saying to nourish your body and soul, give it what it wants, give it what it needs, and nurturing yourself. Weirdly, I don't know what this means. I'm getting cheese and coconut milk. So I don't know what this means, but I feel like potentially I do find that having too much dairy, it negatively impacts our health, and I do actually substitute for alternative milks, but I do have dairy milk. Like, I am not about eliminating anything. I'm about limiting and balance, having a balance. So I'll have milk in my tea because I'm neurodivergent and I don't like the taste of tea with any other milk. I will have dairy milk in my tea. Not that I drink a lot of tea anyway, but I would like to, but but yeah, this is maybe a little inkling of maybe it's time to change up your diet, and maybe substituting things. This is what I do for balance, because I am a sweet tooth. I am very limited in how I can eat certain things, because again, being neurodivergent, I have like texture issues and taste issues, smell issues, so I have to work with me. So I like to eat healthy, but I have to make it my way, so the vegetables have to cut up really small, like I'm a little baby, so that I'm not just eating like a large carrot, because as soon as that large carrot is in my mouth and my taste buds, I can no longer eat my meals. So I make it to my taste. As long as I'm doing the best thing for me, as an adult, I can make them damn choices. Like, I hate when people go, you're an adult, you should be able to. I'm an adult, so I can choose how I eat things, right? And this is exactly that. It's making healthier choices for yourself. And I think that that's what that little niggle there was, is maybe trying to substitute things, but realizing that food is not bad for you. I do think that I need to specify for some of you that are making unhealthy choices by limiting everything. I do think that's a lot of times, I am very not pro-advocate for people who go to extensions like toxic positivity, and I think that lifestyles are being full vegan. I don't think that that's naturally healthy for everybody. Some bodies, yeah, sure, it can be. I personally don't think it is, but that's my own personal opinion. I do think that we need a balance of certain things, and most people, for example, when you're, I'm going to go vegan for the animals, right? That is great, that's honorable, but are you having a healthy diet? Because if you're just substituting for like vegan meat, that's not necessarily the healthiest options, and you're not getting a lot of nutrients in most of those things. You need a lot of beans, different vegetables, and you have to be eating a lot more than if you do have a meat diet or a balanced diet that's a mixture of different diet. things. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm not a dietitian, right? I'm not a doctor. But this is just what's coming through to me. It's about seeing that, is your diet the healthiest for yourself? It's honorable to have strong convictions, but when it is hindering your health and preventing you, again, like for me, I feel like it's preventing you from your wealth again, because if you're not taking care of the source, the outer is not reflecting that either. So it's just something to contemplate. I do, again, have noticed this with talking to different people and where they're at. The way that I notice energies in the world is by really paying attention to these things, to people I speak to every day, is I am acknowledging that they are starting to question their own diet, if it is actually healthy for their own body. My mum is one of those people as well, who she's very strong in what goes in her body, and she's realizing, she is still struggling with body issues and things in her life without going personal. And so that she is looking at her diet thinking, okay, maybe I need to be a little less rigid with this because it's not healthy for me. And I think that's a really good thing to do for ourselves during this time. That's what this card is telling me for you guys. Your commitment is being tested. I don't like this one. So Taurus, our commitment is being tested, and I do think it is in alignment with, we've done this before and now we're going to say, hey, you're going to do it again. How committed are you to really making this goal, this achievement come into fruition? And that's what this is saying to me. And if you look at the moon on this card, it is, let me put these two together. Okay, so when they come together, it's like the second half of it, right? That is how, to me, this is coming through. It's like, you need to complete this now, coming full circle. Now is the right time to do this. So if there's anything that you have in mind, any questions that's popping up, this is the time to do that. It's yes. Big thumbs up. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. So believe that you can. I do feel like it is key for you to trust. I set that up here with the power card, and it is diagonal, wisdom, power, believe in the impossible. It's time for you to trust. Believe that you can achieve what you want. And if it feels impossible, again, do not let them doubts. There's no overthinking in this house. We're not overthinking. We're not doubting. We're not allowing the insecurities and the fears to come through. That is a really difficult thing for many of us. And it's about overcoming. It's about just doing, right? What's the worst that can happen if you do it? I guarantee that the worst that can happen if you do it is not as bad as the worst that can happen if you don't. So why are we not doing? We feel more comfortable in not doing something because of the doubts than we do because doing something with the doubts. And that needs to change. And I want that to change for all of us. We deserve to have greatness. We deserve to be greatness. So again, those doubts, they're just made-believe figments of our imagination that we build in ourselves based on past experiences. But we're not living in the past. We're living in the future. Well, we're living in the present, heading towards the future. It's time to release negative energy. So I touched on this before. This really is a time for us to let go, and it's just what I just said. Let go of the anxieties. Just release that. Release it from your body. And again, with the peace, it's like that's not giving you inner peace. We've been in inner turmoil for way too long. So that inner peace is there, and it's wanting to be healed. It's wanting to be vibrating from you. And being part of your everyday lifestyle. This reading is giving me lifestyle being the key to moving forward, but again, committing to things, taking action, doing. And even if the doing is literally making lifestyle changes, that's you being proactive. That's making the changes to better your circumstances, leading you towards your abundance coming into fruition, and really growing and nurturing. I do feel like the nurturing and the growth massively is in you and yourself as a person. I feel like when we come back to this reading in 1 year's time, it's going to be like, wow, look at you shine, right? That is just how this is really resonating with me. The answers you need are coming. So again, any questions that are in your mind, like, can I have this? It's coming. The answers are coming. So you're taking action. You're not focused on waiting for the answers, but they are coming. And again, I feel very strongly that by taking action and by doing and really moving towards something, that you'll get all the answers that you need. And this card, so this is full moon in Gemini. That's why I didn't even read what it was when I was thinking this. It's giving me two versions of yourself. To me, the internal is, again, coming into a peaceful place. For me, this is more in a way that the struggles that you've had internally, I feel, are drifting and leaving you. And again, this being proactive and making sure that you are nurturing that and letting go, because I feel like the outer version of you is starting to reflect that, because things are getting easier for you to again take action. Using myself as an example, like I'm here. I have felt that this has not been possible for some time now, based on where I'm at in my life, based on my current situations, and now I'm like, I need to make this happen. I'm ready, because internally I'm ready. I just need to be externally ready now, and I'm making that happen. I'm externally ready. Here we are. And this is what this is giving me, this card. It's saying, like, you know, internally you're at that spot, so we're bringing that in. The answers are coming because you're, again, these things are coming into alignment now, and this will bring things up for you that you need to embrace. You need to learn, discover. Just checking if there's anything else. No, everything has come through. I hope that this reading has helped you move forward, Taurus. Again, this is for the week of the 1st till the 9th. Please follow and subscribe to keep up to date with your weekly readings. I will be doing monthly readings as well. I've just jumped in, so please be patient with me. But yeah, hopefully this is going to be a very great year for us, and I hope to share it with you. Thank you, guys.